Hey everyone, this is Vanna from DevRel at GraphGrid, and welcome to the first video of GraphGrid's tutorial series. This tutorial is all about introducing you to the GraphGrid Connected Data Platform by transferring your graph data into the GraphGrid Dashboard. Before we begin, I wanted to note that this series is based off of some existing tutorials that we have on the GraphGrid Docs website. We encourage you to use those to follow along. You can find a link to the GraphGrid Docs site in the description. We also recommend that you make sure you set up your shell variable so that you can easily copy and paste each request from the tutorial page. If you're not sure how, check out our shell variable setup video or the instructions on the doc site. Now that all that preparation is out of the way, let's get you introduced to the GraphGrid dashboard. To get to the dashboard, head over to localhost/login. From here, log in with your username and password. The default username is GraphGrid, and the default password is GraphGrid. The dashboard is where projects can be created to visualize and interact with your knowledge graphs using GraphGrid CDP. The goal of this tutorial is to interact with the GraphGrid dashboard by setting up a movie graph that we will create in ONgDB. The movie database tutorial will prepare you for the upcoming Search and Showme tutorials, so we want to get these basics down. So to give an overview of what we'll be doing in this tutorial, the first step is to prepare the graph. This we'll do by using the Add Triggers for Environment endpoint. After that, we can create a movie graph in ONgDB, and then we'll set our nodes to use the GraphGrid resource node label, and last we'll add our data to the dashboard. The first step is to run the Add Triggers for Environment API request. This endpoint is used by the Manager module to create data triggers that need to be set for the dashboard environment before ONgDB can transfer any data. To run this endpoint, you can just copy this request to your clipboard and paste it into your terminal. The response doesn't return a message, just a 200 OK. So if you don't see any errors in your terminal, you successfully set up the data triggers. The next step is to create a movie graph in ONgDB. To get to ONgDB, head over to localhost at port 7474. The default username is ONgDB and the default password is admin. Now we can create our movie graph using ONgDB's built-in dataset. Run this SQL query to bring up a guide about how to create the movie database. We'll only be following up to the second step. This snippet is the exact SQL needed to create the movie database we'll be working with. Click on the snippet to paste it into your query bar and then hit the play button to create the movie database. Now that we have a movie database, let's get it into the dashboard. The next step is crucial. We'll need to set the nodes to use the GraphGrid resource node label. This is necessary because the GraphGrid dashboard only notices nodes using this particular node label. To set this up, we'll run a SQL query that looks for any movie or person nodes and sets a GraphGrid resource node label. We can copy this query straight from the docs and paste it into ONgDB. Here we'll see that ONgDB added 171 GraphGrid resource node labels to our movie and person nodes. And now we're ready to add our movie graph to the dashboard, so head back over there and we'll create a new project called Movie Database. To add our movie graph to the dashboard, we'll first need to query our data. To do this, we'll head over to the Query tab. And instead of returning a limit of 10, we'll just return every movie that we have in our database. Once all of our movie nodes have been returned, we can hit the Add Query Results button. This button will add all of our movie nodes to our graph. You can click on the nodes to expand the relationships. See here, now we have our person nodes in here as well. Adding our data to the dashboard opens up a lot of opportunities to visualize our data. We'll be working with our movie graph more in the upcoming tutorials. Look out for our Search and Showme tutorials next. In the meantime, you can head over to the GraphGrid community subreddit. There you can ask questions, discuss the platform, or chat with other members in the GraphGrid Lounge. You can also join our community on Discord to chat live about the platform, or follow us on Twitter to get notifications about new content and platform news. And last but not least, subscribe to us on YouTube. That'll conclude it for this video. Thanks for watching, and happy graphing!